Today, our topic is what the Stoics believed about justice. The Stoics were ancient philosophers who lived a long time ago, but their ideas about life, justice, and how to live well are still very important today. They believed that justice is one of the most important virtues, and it is something we should all try to follow in our life. Justice to the Stoics was not just about laws or rules, but about treating others with fairness, kindness, and respect. They thought that justice was not something outside of us, but something that starts within us. If we want to live in a just world, we must first be just ourselves. This means we should always try to do what is right, even when it is hard, and even when no one is watching. The Stoics believe that justice is a part of our nature as human beings. We are social creatures, and we live in communities with others. Because of this, we have a duty to treat others well, and to care about their well-being. They said that justice is not just about following the rules of society, but about understanding that all people are connected, and that we should care for each other as part of one big human family. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, was a Roman emperor. Even though he was one of the most powerful people in the world, he believed that justice was about humility and treating everyone equally. He wrote in his journal, which we now call Meditations, that we should always remember that we are all human beings, and no one is better or worse than anyone else. He said that even if someone does something wrong, we should not respond with anger or hatred, but with understanding and patience. This is because anger and hatred only make things worse, and they do not help us solve problems. Instead, we should try to see things from the other person's point of view and help them if we can. This is what justice means in action. Another important Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, was born as a slave. He did not have an easy life, but he believed that justice was about accepting what we cannot control and focusing on what we can control. He taught that we cannot control other people or the world around us, but we can control our own actions and thoughts. This means that justice starts with ourselves. If we want to be just, we must first make sure that our own thoughts and actions are fair and kind. Epictetus said that if we focus on being good people, we will naturally act justly toward others. He also said that we should not expect others to be perfect, because everyone makes mistakes. Instead, we should focus on being the best version of ourselves and helping others when we can. The Stoics also believed that justice is not just about big things, but about the small choices we make every day. For example, if you see someone who needs help, like a person who is struggling to carry something heavy, justice means offering to help them. If someone says something unkind to you, justice means responding with kindness instead of anger. These small acts of justice may seem small, but they add up over time and make the world a better place. The Stoics believe that every action we take, no matter how small, has an impact on the world around us. This is why they said that we should always try to do what is right, even in the smallest things. Another important idea from the Stoics is that justice is not about reward or punishment. It is not about getting something in return for being good or making sure that bad people are punished. Instead, justice is about doing what is right because it is the right thing to do. The Stoics believe that being just is its own reward. When we act justly, we are living in harmony with our own nature and with the world around us. This brings us peace and happiness because we know that we are doing what we are supposed to do as human beings. They also believe that we should not worry too much about whether other people are being just or not. We cannot control what others do, but we can control our own actions. If we focus on being just ourselves, we will have done our part to make the world a better place. The Stoics also talked about the idea of cosmic justice. This is the idea that the universe itself is just, even if it does not always seem that way. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and good things happen to bad people. This can make us feel like the world is unfair. But the Stoics believe that everything happens for a reason, and that the universe is balanced in its own way. They said that we should trust in the natural order of things and not get too upset when things seem unfair. Instead, we should focus on what we can control, which is our own actions and thoughts. If we act justly and live according to our values, we will find peace and happiness no matter what happens around us. One of the most important lessons from the Stoics about justice is that it is not always easy. Sometimes doing the right thing can be hard, and it can even cost us something. For example, standing up for someone who is being treated unfairly might make you unpopular or even put you in danger. But the Stoics believe that doing what is right is always worth it, even if it is hard. They said that we should be willing to face challenges and difficulties if it means staying true to our values. This is because living a just life is more important than comfort or safety. When we act justly, we are being true to ourselves and to our nature as human beings. The Stoics also believe that justice is not just about how we treat others, but also about how we treat ourselves. They said that we should be fair and kind to ourselves, just as we are to others. This means not being too hard on ourselves when we make mistakes, and not expecting ourselves to be perfect. It also means taking care of our own well-being, and not neglecting our own needs. The Stoics believe that we cannot be just to others if we are not just to ourselves first. This is because justice starts within us, and if we are not fair and kind to ourselves, we cannot be fair and kind to others. In conclusion, the Stoics believe that justice is one of the most important virtues, and it is something we should all strive for in our lives. Justice to them was not just about laws or rules, but about treating others with fairness, kindness, and respect. They believe that justice starts within us, and that we have a duty to act justly in all aspects of our lives. This means doing what is right, even when it is hard, and treating others with fairness and kindness, even when they do not treat us the same way. The Stoics also believed that justice is not about reward or punishment, but about doing what is right because it is the right thing to do. They taught that acting justly brings us peace and happiness, and helps us live in harmony with our own nature and with the world around us. Finally, they believe that justice is not always easy, but it is always worth it. By living a just life, we are being true to ourselves and to our values, and we are making the world a better place one small act of justice at a time.